NTA News, authentic and authoritative.
I never get this kind of thing, or I hear it.
Hello, Nigeria. I am Becky Manajamu. Welcome to Newsline. I'm glad you joined us because it's a great adventure tonight. I do mean that in the actual sense of the word. Our environment expert recently had a great time in the jungle. The trip, which was for a good cause, will bring to the fore the need for more forest reserves. Another spot of interest we are taking you is a town named after a crocodile-infested river. It's a blast from the past and a look at the present. We shall also examine claims of sharp practices at petrol service stations while showing you a dramatic incident that caused a stir. Apart from an entertaining piece on poetry, we have weddings and social events. But Elizabeth Omoriyi will first come with today's news and the rest will follow. How's Abuja, Lizzie?
Abuja is good and cool. Thank you so much for joining us on the news segment. We begin with nature. To draw global attention to the contributions of forest to the support of livelihoods and combating climate change, March 21 every year is set aside globally as the International Day of Forests. On NTA Fine Face reports that key players hinge sustainable use of forest resources to make them safe and secure.
2021 International Day of Forest is commemorated with the understanding that restoring the health of forests and sustainably managing them are crucial to support livelihoods, mitigate climate change, safeguard biodiversity, and reduce the risk of future pandemics.
It is my hope that reforestation and projects can be seen as areas of investment, offering jobs and livelihoods at a time when they are needed most, all while protecting against future crises.
The theme for this year's celebration, Forest Restoration, a path to recovery and well-being, is said to be of particular relevance as the global community builds the foundation for a sustainable recovery from the economic and social losses of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Forest restoration activities create green jobs, generate incomes, improve human health, and increase food security.
Rather than serve as sources of livelihood for people, forests in Nigeria are fast becoming haven for insurgents, bandits, and kidnappers. In addition to regulating the exploitation of forest resources, the federal government now contends with making them safe and secure for use.
And that's why we find it worrisome that forests in Nigeria have become a safe haven for all sorts of criminal activities. They have become ungoverned space and a place of reign of terror. And this is something we need to take definite steps.
There's no national park that undertakes monitoring and patrol activities without involving the Nigerian police force, without involving the Nigerian army. In some cases, we reach out to the Nigerian Air Force for area survey.
The 2021 commemoration emphasizes the role forests must play in building a better, healthier and more equitable world as nations across the world recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. In Abuja, on NTA Fine Face, NTA News.
And next, Ifoma Aihoje has been interacting with experts in the care of Down syndrome as the world marks the 2021 World Down Syndrome Day. She reports that persons with the condition's quality of life can be improved through parental involvement, provision of health care and community-based system for optimal productivity.
A day like this is set aside by the international community to celebrate children with Down syndrome and to highlight their challenges. Well, for today, I am privileged to be sitting with one of such very special children. He is Emedion. Emedion, how are you today?
Hi.
You're fine. Are you happy today?
Yes.
It is for persons like Emedion and many others with Down syndrome that the United Nations rolls out programs to promote platforms to empower these special people who were born with 47 instead of the 46 chromosomes needed for normal existence.
And this extra one chromosome that is there is the culprit, the one causing the problem for these children. They have mental impairment. That means their brain is not developed very well, so they cannot compete equally with counterparts in school.
These distortions result in imbecility and other issues which, according to experts, affect the overall development of these persons, making teaching them a Herculean task.
If you want to teach them, for them to gather at least something, you have to make sure that you love them.
There are some of them, since they don't talk, they need what they can do with their hands, like entrepreneurial studies, to be included in their studies so that it will help them.
They are calling on well-meaning individuals to contribute to their well-being, as this will make them fulfill destiny. In Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital, Ifoma Igoje, NTA News.
Away from health, a group of maritime stakeholders is calling on the federal government to intervene in the prompt deployment of the floating dry dock, as the facility acquired by the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, 3 years ago is rusting away. They are of the opinion that prompt action on the floating dock could generate millions of jobs. Michael Olale reports.
In 2018, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, acquired the floating dry dock not only to enhance the infrastructural drive of the maritime sector, but to solve the challenges faced by indigenous ship owners and operators in complying with the requirements to dry dock their vessels.
The floating dock, we agreed with NPA MD that by the end of July, we should be able to move that floating dock and put it into use. And that will generate employment for not less than 350 with enormous revenue for the federal government.
The bone of contention here is that 3 years down the lane, a facility with high optimism of delivering gains to players in the industry is in a state of abandonment. The effect of this is the topmost concern of this group, hence the passionate appeal to the federal government.
To order NIMASA and NPA to synergize and commission the MFD NIMASA, that is the floating dry dock, to commission it into operation immediately.
And then if you see how much it's costing us not utilizing it, then it's money down the drain. We cannot afford it.
A floating dry dock is one of the 5 types of dry docks used for ship and vessel repairs. Therefore, stakeholders believe handing the facility over to professionals to operate will be profitable to the country. In Lagos, Michael Olale, NTA News.
And the Lagos State government has finalized modalities to complement infrastructure at the free trade zones with green rail line and airport in Ekpe axis of the state. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu made this known after a 2-day tour of facilities at the free trade zones in Lekki. Musa Tolia reports.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said the layout for construction of an airport has already been done, while the ongoing feasibility study required for investment in green rail line is being given priority as contained in the master plan for the free trade zones. He hinted that a public-private partnership arrangement has also been concluded for the rehabilitation of an ancillary road infrastructure covering several kilometers from Lekki-Ekpe Expressway to the free trade zone areas in the next 2 months.
What we're doing from Eleko Junction into Ekpe, which is a 6-lane highway, right? Part of our conversation is to also be able to dualize the road from Eleko up until all of them here.
The 2-day tour of facilities at the free trade zones include visits to the multi-billion-dollar private sector-driven world's largest single refinery investment, petrochemical projects, and the world's second-largest fertilizer facility.
We will work with the government and actually even do more than their own expectations. And I can assure you this place will be the hub of industrialization in the country going forward.
We also believe that it's going to also become a game changer in a way that we have not witnessed before.
Governor Sanwo-Olu stressed that no efforts will be spared to create and sustain enabling environment for businesses to thrive across the states. In Lagos, Musa Toliat, NTA News.
To security matters, the General Officer commanding 1 Mechanized Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Danjuma Hamisu Ali Kefi, is soliciting support of the government and people of Jigawa State to enable the division meet the presidential target of ending insecurity. Mohammed Musa Askira reports.
General Officer Commanding, who resumed barely a week ago as GOC 1st Division Nigeria Army Kaduna, has 4 other states under his jurisdiction. These states include Kano, Jigawa, Yobe and Niger. While briefing Jigawa State Governor on his mission to the state, the GOC Major General Danjuma Hamisu Ali Kefi says, in compliance to the presidential directive, it became imperative for him to go around all the army formations and units under his jurisdiction to boost the morale of the officers and men of the Nigerian Army to carry out the directive of the president effectively. That, he added, can only be achieved with the support of the governments and people of the states under the care of the 1st Mechanized Division, which he heads. Governor Muhammadu Badru Abubakar, represented by his deputy Malam Umar Namadi, assured the GOC of his administration support to help all the security agencies in the fight against insecurity in the country.
They may think that Jigawa State and other less active states in terms of military operations might be safe for them, so they might come this way. We are putting measures in place to ensure that such, if it happens, we to quickly arrest the situation and ensure that there are no untoward activities or things that will destabilize the state and the people itself.
We are lucky that we are safe, but that does not mean we should relax. Being safe in Jigawa State, despite the fact we have neighboring challenges. We have challenges from the UB, we have challenges from the Katsina, and I think, and the fact that we are close to so many forests. But God in His infinite mercy has saved the Jigawa State.
Though Jigawa is relatively peaceful, its closeness to Yobe and Katsina states calls for the consciousness of the security agencies, as the current onslaught against the criminal elements may force them to seek for the safe haven. While at the palace of the Emir of Dutse, Dr. Nuhu Muhammad Sanusi, they both agreed to work together in taking proactive measures to nip in the bud issues of insecurity. From Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari strongly condemns the gun attack on Samuel Otom, the governor of Benue State, saying that the string of brutal attacks on individuals and communities in the state, with the latest one targeting the governor, are unacceptable. The president welcomes a dispatch from the headquarters in Abuja of a high-level team of crack investigators to the state and urged the police to uncover who or whatsoever is behind the attacks and bring them to justice. The president directed the police to undertake a thorough investigation into the incident involving the governor and into all such incidents affecting individuals and communities in the state. In expressing his sympathies and that of the government of the Federation to Governor Otom, the government and people of the state, President Buhari urged that this unfortunate incident must not be politicized. He further reiterated that an attack on one Nigerian is an attack on all Nigerians. The All Progressives Congress has condemned the attack on the convoy of the Benue State Governor Samuel Otom. In a statement by this National Secretary Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, the All Progressives Congress expressed confidence that the security services will do everything to unravel the criminals behind the attack and bring them to book. The APC reiterates that Nigerians must all collaborate to end criminality in all forms and see crime as a crime which should not be politicized. Similarly, the Nigeria Police Force has ordered full investigations into the circumstances surrounding the reported attempted attack on the life of the governor of Benue State, Samuel Otom, at his farm in the outskirts of Makurdi. The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, has directed the Commissioner of Police, Benue State Command, to take adequate measures to strengthen security in the state, as well as carry out thorough investigations into the incident. In the same vein, the Nigerian Governors Forum has described as barbaric and brutal the attack on the life of Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom and his convoy. The forum pledged solidarity and commitment to uncover and prosecute perpetrators of the heinous crime. Meanwhile, the PDP Governors Forum has condemned Saturday's attack on the governor of Benue State. A statement from the chairman of the forum and Governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, says disputes must be resolved amicably without resort to violence. It further states that Nigeria is still a nation of laws where people should not take the laws into their hands, and enjoins security agencies and other authorities of state to investigate the attack and bring perpetrators to justice. And the Inter-Party Advisory Council has condemned the violence that erupted during the Ekiti East Constituency 1 by-election, in which 3 persons were killed on Saturday. A statement from the council chairman says no politician's election is worth the blood of fellow compatriots. It urges political parties, their candidates and supporters to respect the sanctity of the ballot box and the people's right to choose their respective representatives. And out of it of road safety, the Ogun State Sector Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps has rescued distressed passengers from a drunk driver who was spotted drinking recklessly in such a manner that could lead to road traffic crashes. In a statement, the command says the drunk driver was arrested at Ogeri, Ogun State, where a passenger reported that few minutes into the journey, the passengers noticed that the driver was drinking under the influence of alcohol. Do you know that there are some integrity tests apart from under-dispensing, selling above pump price, among other shop practices which motorists must be conscious of while buying petrol motor spirit at filling stations? Yemi Dalimo in Abeokuta, Ogun State reports that motorists are alleging purchase of water instead of petrol at a popular filling station in the state.
It was calm and peaceful in one of the highbrow areas of Abeokuta metropolis, where a petrol station is located, as people were carrying out their legitimate duties unhindered until a motorist who wanted to buy petroleum motor spirit PMS into a vehicle raised the alarm, which caught the attention of many people around. Other motorists who were also on the queue to purchase the product insisted that the claims by the woman should be investigated without delay. It was later discovered that one of the storage tanks has been exposed to water underneath, which the attendants claim ignorant of. For the Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, there are operational guidelines which dealers must strictly comply with in ensuring that the operating tanks are in good shape.
The first thing to do is you must carry this officer along. We will advise you, we will guide you all the way. We are there to protect the public interest. At the same time, we want your business to grow. So we can balance both sides. Most times they are in a hurry to sell, and by so doing, they may make one or two mistakes as per public safety or public interest.
Some motorists also share their experience while buying petrol into their vehicles.
I actually don't take any cautions, but as much as I have selected places where I do buy fuel.
I don't take any caution because I always be careful to get my fuel anywhere.
It is possible. You know, the filling stations have tanks buried into the ground. And when we're talking about tank, we're talking about using iron, and it could get rusted.
Nigerians are generally good. You know, we have few bad eggs among us, but I don't think anybody sensible enough can afford to commit that kind of crime.
A legal practitioner, Adewale Abib Ajayi, encourages motorists to first buy fuel into jerry can instead of fuel tank to avoid buying water directly into their vehicles.
It's a business venture, it's not a social venture, so there's an intention to create a legal relationship. So once these elements are present and I got water instead of fuel, the implication is that there's a breach of agreement between the two of us, and the consequence of that is that I can go to court and claim damages.
Efforts to speak with the spokesperson of the affected petroleum station were fruitless, as he declined to grant interview on the issue.
And talking sports now, 2 away wins and 1 draw obtained in week 17 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. As Amanze Marcus brings us details on sports updates.
Only 1 draw was recorded in Sunday matches of the Nigeria Professional Football League as Heartland and Warri Wolves drew in Owerri. Kwara United whitewashed Adamawa United 5-0, while MFM of Lagos lost at home 1-2 to Akwa United. And still on football, Oyo defeated KB 2-1 in one of the group matches of the 38th edition of the Ramat Cup football competition in Kano. Group A consists of hosts Kano, Rivers, Zamfara and Ogun, while Kwara, Nasarawa, Kaduna and Gombe are in Group B. Matches in Group C will be played between Lagos, FCT, Bauchi and Sokoto as the under-16 boys of Oyo, KB, Oshun, Ekiti and Katsina compete in Group D. Major General Ibrahim Ali has emerged overall winner of the special send-off and promotion kitty for Lieutenant General Lamidi Adeoshun and 10 newly elevated officers at the TYB International Golf and Country Club Abuja. The 21 handicap player grossed 82 with a net of 61 to secure victory over 150 other golfers. At the occasion, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, stressed the need for golfing as essential element of discipline.
We in the military try to also promote golf as a game. And besides, it's also an avenue for us to exercise, to keep fit.
Meanwhile, organizers of the delayed Tokyo 2020 Olympics are now calculating how much money will be refunded to international funds, having taken a decision to bar them from the games due to coronavirus. Chief Executive of the Games Organizing Committee, Toshiro Muto, said some 600,000 Olympic tickets and 300,000 Paralympic tickets purchased by overseas residents will be refunded. President of the International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach, shares the disappointment of those who had planned to travel to Tokyo, adding that he is truly sorry. I know that our Japanese partners and friends did not reach this conclusion lightly. Together with them, the IOC's top priority was, is, and remains to organize safe Olympic and Paralympic Games for everyone. With Sports Update, Amanze Marcus, NTA News.
Tanzanian authorities have fixed Thursday, the 25th of March this year for the burial of the late President John Magufuli. Musa Babalu has details.
The body of the late President John Magufuli was taken to St. Peter's Catholic Church in Dar es Salaam for a special service. Mourners converged on the church to pray for the repose of his soul. The former vice president, who just stepped in as the president, was also in the church for the special prayers. After the service, reports say the body will remain in the church until March 21st, after which it will be moved to Dodoma for public viewing on the 22nd of March, before being taken to Mwanza on March 23rd. On March 24th, family members and all international and invited guests will have a chance to pay their last respects before the burial day on Thursday, 25th of March. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
And former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo has described the late President of Tanzania, John Magufuli, as one who acquitted himself as an African leader of great distinction to his country. In a statement, former President Olusegun Obasanjo noted that the late Tanzanian president devoted his time to the service of his people, particularly in the area of infrastructural development, describing him as a statesman, profound thinker, tactician and patriot. The former African Union leader remarked that Africa has lost one of its finest sons. Obasanjo praised God to grant the new president wisdom, courage and fortitude she would need as she assumed the office. Earlier, she had written to the new president to formally condole with her and the good people of Tanzania on the demise of the country's leader. Time now to take a look at the weather prospect for tomorrow, Monday.
Glad to have you join us. We expect a relatively stable Monday morning across the country, as it should be mostly cloudy over the southern half of the country, with sunny spells over the north, central, and parts of the northern region, as we have moisture moving far inland into this region. However, there are prospects of rainfall activities over parts of Lagos, Warri, and Yenagoa in the morning. The afternoon hours is when we expect the bulk of the activities, as there are better chances of scattered thunderstorms over the entire southern region, parts of Kwara, Kogi, Abuja, southern Taraba, and southern Adamawa states. The extreme north, places like Kano, Katsina, Sokoto, Yobe, and Borno are expected to be mostly sunny throughout Monday. And that's it from here. I am Joyce Ogunleye.
And the weather report ends the news segment of the program. Just a quick reminder, the campaign against rape and rapists is still on. Connect with us at the NTA, Stand Against Rape and Rapists. More reports with Becky after the break, to stay with us.
Let's go, guys.
Babe.
Yeah?
Would you please turn on your hotspot?
Okay, there you go. My lady. Play this ball. Hey, hold this guy down.
Password, please.
0808.
Babe.
Yeah.
You have a message.
From who? Read it out now. Read it out to my ears.
Free your mind with Airtel Smart Talk and enjoy calls to all networks at a flat rate of 11 kobo per second. Dial *315# to join.
Fine girl. Can I have your phone, man?
Airtel, the smartphone network.
So let's start your baby's journey in comfort with the Huggies Happy Home Bonanza. Win your baby a beautiful new home, a brand new car, up to $1 million in cash rewards, shopping vouchers, and lots of instant airtime. Just buy any special Huggies pack. Scratch the promo sticker on pack to start winning. Buy now and win to bring your baby up in comfort. Huggies, for all night dryness and comfort.
Friends, you want to see some magic? Let's blow some minds! Now, as you can all see, these cards have different numbers written on them. Can you all see? Yeah! You, sir, please, I want to pick any card. Oh my goodness. You, my princess, you have my heart already. Just pick any card. Now, I want to show cards to the audience and don't let me see them. So I want to place the card in your pocket. So what if I told you all these cards are the same? Okay, sir, I want to show us your card. Just wait a second. I want to check into your beautiful shoe. As you can all see, all the numbers are 777. 777 is the magic number.
The whole sensational world of Glow, now accessible through one code, *777#. Magic lives here.
Security Summit. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, NAM, cordially invites members of the general public to a one-day National Defense and Security Summit. Theme: promoting kinetic operations as a major plank for counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency in Nigeria. Date: Monday, 22nd March 2021. Time: 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Venue: National Defense College Main Auditorium, Abuja. Special guest of honor: Major General Bashir Salihi Magashi, retired, CFR, Honorable Minister of Defense. You can also join the Security Summit on Zoom. Meeting ID 931-5502-0576. Register now. Facebook page, Defense Headquarters Nigeria. Twitter @DefenseInfoNG. Rear Admiral M.A. Eno, Chairman, Organizing Committee, Announcer.
This is a public service announcement on your National Identification Number, NIN. First, dial *346# to get your NIN and write it down. This will enable you link your NIN to all your numbers easily. You can now use any of these 4 ways to link your NIN to all your MTN lines. 1. Dial *785*NIN#. 2. Visit My MTN app. 3. Visit www.nin.mtnonline.com. 4. Text your NIN number to 785. Remember, this includes your data SIMs and other alternate lines. For those without NIN, visit the NIMSI website to find a registration location. Avoid disconnection. Link your NIN to all your MTN lines before April 6th, 2021.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get her into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
It's an action-filled life we live. From the moment we hit the streets, the mission starts. No be by who first starts the waka, but now which person finish am. No go dead on yourself, So, no matter what it takes to finish the mission, fire on. Super, commando. Because you are the hero you have been waiting for.
Fire on with Super Commando Energy Drink.
Energy to fire on. Super Commando Energy Drink.
Great to have you back, and I will begin with a question. Are you aware that happy people tend to live longer and have fewer health problems? What's more, they are less likely to have high blood pressure and heart-related issues. Anna Daniels, who has chosen to remain happy, tells us why the United Nations set aside a day annually to focus on the importance of being happy.
Motorcycle riders, popularly called Okada, attest to making a living out of the business.
If I work well and I see money to buy food, to do my family well, and then they are happy at home, and me too, I will be happy with it.
As a person living life, I have no accident, I'm happy for that.
I'm not happy at all because I have a serious shock yesterday.
Different strokes for different folks, you would say. There are also those who say their happiness is tied strongly on money, and more money.
Yes, I go happy now. Life goes on. More money, more life.
So I ask how much money they need to make them happy and remain happy.
If I should see like $200 million up, $200 million, you know.
If you are 200,000, I'll start market to do it now.
But wait a minute. Can money really, or should I say, should money determine a person's state of mind?
Even if you have money and you keep on drinking and all that, say you are deriving happiness, but you don't have a child, or don't have a good family and all that, you can't be happy.
Happiness is something that comes from inside. It's not necessarily shaped by your environment as such, even though the environment matters. It is inside of you, what you determine that makes you happy.
Listen to more.
Nothing can give anyone permanent happiness in life. You can have a child. If your child is not doing well, you will start having some other thoughts within you.
In 2014, Nigerians were rated the happiest people in the world. These respondents give reasons for that and why the country no longer occupies that position.
It's not because Nigeria was the most comfortable place in the world, but because Nigerians find things that make them feel more comfortable in the environment. But there must be a basic minimum. And this is why we should work hard to provide a less stressful environment.
My respondents all agree that there are situations that can dampen a person's spirit, even leading to sadness. Again, I ask what they do to remain happy even in the face of daunting challenges.
Yes, I go to dance, play for my room, they dance, do everything.
Just go to somewhere, get myself chilling.
I watch some program, I play with my baby at home, don't used to make me, that's why I don't used to think.
So no flex, you don't flex?
Yeah, I used to flex, I go out with my baby.
My own happiness in God.
Keep calm, stay wise, be kind is the theme for this year's World Happiness Day, and it is in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. And if you ask me, one sure way of being and remaining happy is by discovering the key to a good life. And believe you me, having a positive mindset is responsible for as much as 90% of our feelings of well-being. Yes, you heard me right.
Happiness is free, so keep grabbing every time. Now, let's recall Kaduna River. Be informed that Kaduna, which means crocodile, is named after the river. Historically, there are many interesting facts about the river and the people dating back 100 years. Hamza Musa Merkafi will tell us what they are, if the crocodiles still exist, and how the river contributes to the socio-economic life of residents.
I have always craved to find answers about the myth behind the crocodile habitation of Kaduna River. Well, you see, Mother Nature is very kind. The source of this river is from the Jos Plateau, traveling a distance of more than 200 kilometers to Kaduna. A chance encounter with 80-year-old Yahaya Hassan of Kabbalah community that is close to the river. It recalls the history. Yes, we had many of the crocodiles around. I once escaped from its onslaught. I also had the opportunity of eating the meat. Aware, Kaduna River is now without the crocodile. I turn my attention to appreciate the persistent flow of water, which is equally an interesting feature supporting dry season farming and fishing by thousands of people. Mustafa Muhammad, a graduate of geography, is one of the beneficiaries who is putting theory into practice by exploring the environment to grow seedlings.
It's just good for someone to be dependent.
You may call it urban agriculture because Mukhtar Idris, who has the title of Sarkin Noma Abakpa, as recognition for successes in farming, and others are aware supplying freshly harvested crops to the city center is crucial to bridging customers' need.
Looking at it as a fresh one like this, it captured me. That is what motivates me to even stop and come back for the thing.
River Kaduna actually divides the city into two, and to cross about 8 four-pillar bridges, the one at the Millennium City, this one on Yakowa Road. You have the stadium for the railway, and there are 2 at the Western bypass, and of course the new one that brings the new standard gauge railway into Rugasa. River Kaduna, an indelible landmark, ever unique for progress and prosperity of Kaduna and Nigeria in general.
Bird's eye view there, and thank you, Hamza, for that insightful piece. We need them more than they need us, but because we tend to take their existence for granted, we overlook their enormous contributions to the ecosystem. I guess you're wondering what I'm talking about. Well, environmentalist Jennifer Igwe, who recently celebrated the International Day of Forests, with the adrenaline rush that comes with the adventure in an urban forest, will reveal the many aspects of our lives connected to forests and how they foster economic activities that create jobs.
One way to appreciate forests and the ecosystem services it provides is by spending a day in it. And for me in Lagos, with the boom in urban life and activities, an adventure with excitement does it. So I visited two of the urban forests in the heart of Lagos. One of the forests has a canopy walkway that has been described as the longest in Africa. It stretches 401 meters with a scenic beauty that would make even the worst anti-ecologist have a rethink and fall in love with nature. Now for this adventure, courage is required because you'll have to learn about nature, climbing and walking on 7 suspended bridges hanging on steel, ropes and cables. These trees are very high and I am almost at the same level with them standing on this platform. It shows the height of the canopy walkway in Lagos. It is about 73 feet high up.
The concept of the canopy walkway was actually developed by the military. They were used in the early 70s to creep into their enemies' den. But right now it's being used all over the world as a tourist attraction.
The treetop or canopy walkway concept is aimed at giving people an all-compassing view of the forest for appreciation of biodiversity, education and research. Olayomide Adeyemo is a tour guide. He says the forest is helping him earn a living from what he studied at the university.
I think, the dreams came to reality because part of what gives me joy in what I'm doing now is that, the work gives me opportunity to, meet different people.
Apart from the jobs they create, forests like these help young people who have never seen or visited one appreciate their existence.
So it has made me understand how the whole forest looks like. So I'll be able to tell my friends, okay, I've seen forest and all that, you get it.
Now you see why we need forest conservation and restoration.
And even though we need to develop our urban areas, we also need to make sure that we redevelop forests in those areas and keep them intact.
If forests act like humans, they would have probably created their own art campaigns highlighting their many eco-services from purified water, food, shelter, medicine, clean air and income, including educational adventures that are entertaining. Come on, let's save our forests.
I thought I heard Jennifer's heart beating like really fast in that report. Well, bottom line is that forests are to treasure. Now let's talk about the power of prose. This form of art is widely recognized as a tool for entertainment and advocacy. This is why the Word set aside a day to celebrate it. Hingino John Adams explains what it's all about.
My grandpa was a civilized man, gentle, quiet and kind, even though you broke his vase.
12-year-old Oluwapamilerin Ejamai reciting my grandpa from one of her books, Palms 30 Poems. The kid poet is inspiring other children to imbibe reading culture. She has ventured into an area that most kids her age hardly consider. This young talent combines natural gifts with influence from experienced and internationally recognized poets like Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka.
All media of expression are open, and it so happens that some themes demand a greater expository approach than others.
Eriata Oriabo, on the other hand, have years of experience as a poet. He has several works to his credit, some done in pidgin English.
My mama soup, we gather from backyard garden, get proper level. A sweet pass this textbook on.
What inspired their interest in poetry?
Everything inspires poetry, and I key into every moment that is inspiring and craft them in poetic lines.
So poems not set that an imaginary platform with the same rhythm and rhyme that keeps your attention held and gives you satisfaction at the end of it.
Poets like Pamilarin and Ariata use the power of language to secure attention, excite audiences, and leave their readers with profound imagination. Although they may not be poets, these respondents appreciate literary expressions in poetry.
I have some books that have poetry in them. I have some books that have fine quotes in them, and I encourage my children to, be poetic every now and then.
I do enjoy reading poems, because it covers different areas.
It is because of this that the world on March 21 every year shifts attention to humanity's most treasured forms of cultural and linguistic expressions, poetry. Declared by UNESCO in 1999, the day recognizes the great cultural contributions of poetry to societal growth.
Poets are a special breed and we can't but respect their talent. Next is an update of a case we are tracking. The 10-year-old rape victim of Kaswa Dari area of Chanchaga in Niger State may likely reappear in court as the Legal Aid Council is set to defend the 55-year-old accused person, Mohammed Ibrahim, to enable him access justice. The 10-year-old victim was among the 3 minors allegedly raped in a span of 6 days between the 4th and 10th of July 2020. Mukhtaru Abubakar will reports what transpired in court.
The prosecution presented 3 witnesses, including the 10-year-old raped victim in December 2020, closed its case expecting the acclaimed 55-year-old accused person, Mohammed Ibrahim, to enter his defense. Senior Magistrate Paul Aliu Adama of the Senior Magistrate Court 5 Tungamina ruled that, considering the gravity of the punishment for the offense, ordered that Legal Aid Council be contacted to help the suspect in defense. On this adjourned date, the Legal Aid Council formally appeared for the accused person, Mohammed Ibrahim, and applied to recall the prosecution's 3 witnesses earlier taken for cross-examination.
He is a layman. He doesn't know the procedure, the intricacies of law, and I'm sure he didn't have the opportunity of asking the right questions when opportunity was given to him for cross-examination. So as a lawyer, I needed to cross-examine them to get facts that will help in the defense of the accused person.
Senior Magistrate Aliu Paul Adama, however, having no objection from the prosecution, granted the application by the accused counsel.
Punishment for that offense is quite a big one. It's life imprisonment, and I'm going to do everything to defend him because it's his constitutional right.
The court thereafter adjourned the case to the 21st of April 2021 for the cross-examination of the prosecution's 3 witnesses by the defense counsel and ordered the prosecution to present all its 3 witnesses on the date. Meanwhile, in a related development, a case of criminal conspiracy, unlawful sexual intercourse with a child, and withdrawal of a student from school involving 2 blind persons who allegedly gang raped a 15-year-old girl could not continue for the inability of the prosecution witness to appear in the court. The prosecution, while apologizing, prayed for another date. Counsel to the blind persons, even though did not object to the prosecution's prayer for another date, asked the prosecution to close its case if they do not have any witness to present. Senior Magistrate Paul Aliu Adama, however, adjourned the case to the 28th of April 2021 for a definite continuation of hearing and ordered the prosecution to present all its remaining witnesses on the adjourned date.
April for the update. You're watching Newsline. There's so much more to come. Join us after the break.
Hey guys. So easy for me to do. But you know what else is super easy to do? Linking your NIN to your Glow line by dialing *109*NIN hash. Or I can call 109 from my Glow line and follow the instructions. And if I don't want to call, I can text my NIN to 109. I can even visit glowworld.com/NIN. And what if you've forgotten your NIN? All you have to do is dial *346# and Glow will help you remember it. Someone may ask, what if I haven't registered? All you have to do is go into the nearest Glow World and we'll help you register. It's that easy. So don't get disconnected from all of the amazing voice and data offers from Glow. Linking your NIN to your Glow lines is simple, safe, and 100% free with zero hassles.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B, all-round protection. Its great value, it protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
Susu is fine. No, she's not crying, oh. But we are watching cartoon. Ask Grandma, I'm the one that used to take care of Yabo that time. Take your time. I will call you back. Your dad is calling.
Explore without limits. Turn it up on MTN, the reliable data network.
See how much it now looks better. Golden pennies and movie time. New look, the same great taste. Golden pennies and movie time.
New look, same great taste with natural ingredients. Contains proteins that help maintain a balanced diet.
New look.
Golden Penny Semovita, your soul food.
Not all washing powders are the same. Sunlight adds bursts of freshness to cleaning power to give you Sunlight 2-in-1 for sensational cleaning and freshness that lasts. Sunlight 2-in-1, sensational cleaning with burst after burst of freshness. Introducing Sunlight with luxurious oud fragrance.
What's inside this beautiful house? Inside, there is a very beautiful family. And in this family, there is a lot of love. And inside this love, there's Alpalibe. And in the center of Alpalibe, there is a feeling made with rich milk and creamy caramel. Alpalibe, the milk-filled candy that warms your heart with love. Alpalibe, bring hearts closer.
Welcome back. It was another milestone for Christ Apostolic Church worldwide when the new president of the ministry was inaugurated. Shola Wahid, who witnessed the ceremony, reports that Pastor Samuel Oladile was sworn in as the 8th president of the One-Fold, One Shepherd denomination.
Rendition of various songs of worship filled the air in appreciation of God Almighty for His love and mercies over the years. The journey of another leadership of Christ Apostolic Church worldwide began when a new president, Pastor Samuel Olusegun Oladele, was inaugurated to take charge of the mantle of leadership of the church from the outgone president, Pastor Abraham Akinyosun.
I will uphold the tenets, doctrines, and teachings of the church,
total reconciliation and unification of the Christ Apostolic Church, a church that has been
crisis reading for the past 30 years. We just think enough is enough.
Sermons by various men of God were the order of the day, as each pastor stressed the importance of love, togetherness, and one indivisible nation. Members of the church explained what the new leadership portended and what to expect.
We thank God Almighty for the life of the new president. I believe that the future of the Christ Apostolic Church is going to be great.
All of us are glad for the new president.
Goodwill messages from the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, Oyo, Ondo, and Osun State governors. The occasion witnessed the presence of dignitaries from far and near, royal fathers, including the Olubadan of Ibadan, Obasaliu Adetunji Ogunguniso I.
Obasaliu Akamo Adetunji Aji Ogunguniso I is trying to bring out is that there is need for peace and harmony in our society.
To the new president. While Nigerians are still basking in the euphoria of having 2 Grammy Award winners, Burna Boy and Wizkid, the entertainment industry is not done with the pleasant surprises. Just this weekend, another big one was scored with the formal opening of the Ogidi Studios in Lagos. The center is a creative hub that offers a wide range of services for talented Nigerians to showcase their skills. Adeniyi Taiwo reports.
It was an evening of glitter and glamour, and the glitterati in Lagos are out in droves to witness the revelation of a modern production and writing studio. The event is the official launch of Ogidi Studios, a world-class one-stop shop creative complex located in Lekki, Lagos. From the stable of the Temple Company, Ogidi Studios was set up 5 years ago to bridge the gap in the marketing, advertising, and entertainment industries by developing multi-purpose creative studios for video, sound, animation, photography, and sports content development. Now, the establishment is 5, alive, and well-positioned to drive the entire value chain of creative production in Nigeria, leveraging cutting-edge technology in film production.
Our job is to help and drive the process for them. Their job is to create. I know my people in Nigeria, the talents will run wild.
I've been there. I've sunk my hand into some of the digital equipments there, and it's beautiful.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo performed the virtual launch of the studios, and that came with a lot of endorsements.
Not just Nigerian stars, but from all over the world have a place in Lagos that is as good as any studio they have ever recorded in. World-class script writing, music recording, video making, and editing can take place under one roof at the Ogidi Studios.
This is a massive infrastructure in support of creative work, and this is consistent with the government policy of the Buhari administration.
Speaking shortly before having his first feel of the studio, Minister of Youth and Sports, Sunday Dare, said the creative industry required more infrastructure and capacity building to harness budding talents in the country.
We will support and train 1,000 Nigerian youth for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month course.
The value chain of creative industry is very huge. You can create a lot of jobs along that value chain.
For the Chief Executive Officer of Ogidi Studios, the outfit is a conference of infrastructure and talent where creative Africans can build quality content around African stories.
We felt that we needed to give the opportunity to the best of our talent by providing the best of infrastructure so that they can excel and compete with people in other jurisdictions.
With the launch of the studios, there is a better prospect for rough diamonds from different parts of the country who can now be forged, refined, and exported.
I'm sure, like me, you're looking forward to mind-blowing, award-winning productions from that studio. At first, they were just course mates, then good friends, best friends, and today, man and wife. This sums up the romantic journey of Pamela Ejirogene Aibuna and Uwak Mfom Akpan, and the Daniels who witnessed the solemnization of holy matrimony in Lagos. Reports. The journey into marriage between Pamela Ejirogene from Delta State and Uwak Mfom Akpan from Akwa Ibom State began 11 years ago in pre-medical school. They remained as classmates until Cupid interrupted that surface-structured friendship and opened their eyes to see the sparkle of love in each other's eyes. Today, Pamela and Uwak Mfom have come to be officially joined together as man and wife. It was indeed a beautiful sight to behold as the couple exchanged marital vows and rings.
I promise
to love you,
honor you,
stand by you, provide for you, submit myself to you, as your wife, so help me God. Hallelujah.
Before taking any matter to your parents or any of the family members, make sure you settle it amongst yourselves. And if you cannot do it, then the first person you must talk to is your counselor.
They should allow the word of God guide them as they begin life and continue with knowledge of God and put God first.
Show a commitment to the institution and realize that it can be the only place that you run into unquestionably get, accepted. Then it's easy to make the appropriate sacrifice that will lead to the kind of value that should come out of a marriage.
They must be friends. You don't want to offend your friend, right? If you offend your friend, you will apologize immediately and the problem is resolved.
As doctors will come back from work, the tendency is to start talking about the patient that you actually saw in the hospital. And the husband will come back and do the same thing. So they end up discussing more about the patients, about the hospital life. But then that's the fun, okay? That's the fun. But let them do what they need to do in the hospital, and when they get home, home is home. They must have time for the family. So I wish them all the best.
I pray that this marriage will be a blessing to all generations. And anybody that sees this marriage, we say, this is how my marriage wants to be.
Time to usher the delectable couple into the reception, followed by family members and friends of the couple. Now time to perform their first official assignment together.
For Mr. and Mrs. Akpan, as they have agreed to have 3 children.
Everything about her was unique. Never met anyone ever like her, even up to today. She's the one and only.
Yes, go to the gym. But I hope it'll be the same because it's good enough now.
Beautiful Pamela did not disappoint her fans on the dance floor. They look very happy, and congratulations to the young couple. A romantic connection between two people sometimes leads to marriage. However, it has been observed that most relationships do not end in marriage because some people would rather remain single because they have a phobia for marriage. Chineye Oye takes it from here.
Research has shown that most spinsters and bachelors love the active life of singledom, and when it comes to committing to someone in marriage, they feel a deep knot of anxiety in their stomach. With the belief that marriage is for life, for better, for worse, and not a bed of roses as often said, many people get cold feet about marriage or committing to another person. They think of how they will deal with the storm that will arise in the marriage, among others.
Because marriage is not something you just go into and jump out immediately. You have to know the person very well, know if you can stay. Some people like dating, they like the person is beautiful, she's presentable, I want to hang out with my friends, I'll go out with her. So if the person doesn't have a good character, the person can enjoy a relationship, but marriage, no, the person can't.
Girls of nowadays are difficult to predict. You can never predict the person to marry
you get confused.
The fear of marriage, experts say, can, however, arise from negative experiences of marriage witnessed in one's own family close circle. They were of the view that the idea of being attached to one person also makes some people think that it is better to live alone. The same vision, drive, independence, and sense of adventure with which they navigate their lives as individuals simultaneously makes them afraid to dedicate themselves to one person in marriage.
I can say that one of the problems that causes that is taking care of the wife. You know, some people these days, unlike I've heard from someone, an elderly person that doesn't want to marry. When you ask that person the reason of not getting married, he always says that he doesn't want to get someone's child into his house to come and suffer, you know.
Respondents believe that making a commitment to marry is a huge decision and a big unknown while still being single. And they say it is helpful to get acclimated to the environment of marriage and find concrete examples of married couples who still have a romantic spark and who have the type of life and love they want.
Like myself, I'm a married man. Though I don't club. My wife don't club. But once in a while we go out.
Opinion, marriage is beyond playing house. So be sure before you take that giant leap. Let's pause here for a break. I'll be back in a moment.
Ministry of Labour and Employment hereby gives notice of the 2021 session of the National Labour Advisory Council, holding from 22nd to 24th March 2021. Monday, 22nd March, arrival and registration of participants. Tuesday, 23rd March, opening ceremony and other formalities, including goodwill messages and address by the Honourable Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Dr. Chris N. Ngige. Keynote address by the Governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodinma. Official opening and inauguration of Council by His Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Virtually, followed by technical session. Wednesday, 24th. Technical session continues. Venue, Imo Concord Hotel, Owerri, Imo State. Time, 9 a.m. daily. Attendance is strictly limited to members of council drawn from the tripartite labor constituents, namely the federal and state government officials and workers and employers' representatives. For further inquiries, please contact the Director, Publicity, Measurement and Labor Standards, or call 0811-309-1306 or 0703-616-4091. Dr. Yerima P. Tafar, Permanent Secretary, Announcer.
It is time for celebration. 30 years bustling with goodness. No challenge can ever stop us. You can't underrate us. You can't underrate. Water Guinness, bustling with so much greatness. Water Guinness, enjoy a world of
your baby's journey in comfort with a Huggies Happy Home Bonanza. Win your baby a beautiful new home, a brand new car, up to $1 million in cash rewards, shopping vouchers, and lots of instant airtime. Just buy any special Huggies pack. Scratch the promo sticker on pack to start winning. Buy now and win to bring your baby up in comfort. Huggies for all night dryness and comfort.
I've been looking at you from across the way, and I think about you almost every day. Now I think that I must have a crush on you. I hope that you feel it too. Paradise, wedding dress, so take my hand. You and me in la la land.
It's the natural ingredients and rich flavor of Knorr that brings people together.
The Nivea Dry Impact and Dry Comfort Deodorants. With quick dry effect and longer lasting fragrance. Guaranteed to keep you feeling dry and fresh all day. Proven 48-hour protection and longer lasting fragrance from Nivea. Never get caught unfresh with the Nivea Dry Fresh Deodorants.
How did I get here? It all started shortly after I graduated from MSTC, the Model Skills Training Center with a certificate in ICT. I successfully developed a data management program that has been called the software of the future. Thanks to its success, everyone wants it. And as you can see, now everyone wants me. But I'm not alone. The skills training programs at MSTC are equipping young Nigerians to become the next big success story. Whether it's ICT, mechatronics, facility technology, electronics and computer networking, or culinary studies, a certificate at MSTC is the way of the future. And just like me, there he is. Everyone will want you to.
ITF, developing the nation's human resource.
This vaccine is safe and it has been certified safe and usable by NAFTA.
Chuks Solomon is among millions of self-employed Nigerians doing legitimate businesses to make ends meet. One regular day, he encountered some mean fellows who claimed to be members of the Calabar Municipal Task Force. For not meeting their demands, they battered his body and stripped him naked. The scandalous episode was filmed and posted on social media. After it went viral, concerned Nigerians condemned the assault, insisting that the men be brought to book. Achibong Bassi has more details.
This is Chuks Solomon, a native of Ika Northeast local government area of Delta State. He is a graduate of banking and finance from the prestigious University of Calabar. Upon graduation in 2010, Chuks relocated to Lagos State in search of greener pastures, and when he found nothing, he returned to Calabar after 2 years with a family to cater for. Chuks chose a taxi business where he drives and makes a weekly return of 15,000 naira. This father of two left home without a clue of what the day had in store for him.
They destroyed my car in something I did not even commit. I did not do anything. They damaged my car. Now they stripped me naked on the street. So let me remain like this. Let the whole world see. The majority of us are graduates. I want the government of Cross River to please give us justice.
Family and friends of Chuks have been shattered by this news, which was already trending on social media.
Even till now, I'm not happy because you feel embarrassment. Everybody, till you enter Facebook, everywhere, they see the incidents. It's not good.
I was so provoked that I thought of even going for police if I should know the people involved.
I didn't even believe it, but finally I saw it on Facebook. I was so surprised. That was a very bad issue and idea I've ever seen.
Sadly, Chuks does not seem to be the only taxi driver who experiences molestation by these alleged thugs of Calabar Municipal Task Force.
This month alone, I spent up to 30-something thousand naira for these people for this place.
We are buying tickets, registering our motor, and again, all these stout boys, they're molesting us anyhow.
Then drag with me, sir, with the steady. So there is one woman that buy rice and professional keep here. I'm almost to kill the woman.
Efforts by NTA Newsline to speak with the chairman, Calabar Municipal Council, Efefiong Ntaike, as promised earlier, felled after several hours of waiting in his office. The praise of Chuks now is to be provided with a means of livelihood so that he can meet up with his responsibility as a father.
You agree that Chuks deserves compensation for what he had to go through. Now, a lady, 32-year-old Ifedi Kamamba, is trending for breaking grounds in a male-dominated trade, wondering what she does in Osumowo Ihiala local government area of Anambra State. Chukunonso Nwabueze, who had a chat with the Wonder Woman, will tell us.
Ifeadi Kamwamba, widely known as Ifi, her journey to self-discovery as a truck driver began in 2014, following her sudden dropout of school while in junior secondary school due to lack of funds to further her education.
Yes, I'm making it because at times I see like 30,000, at times I see like 25,000 in a week.
And she has since then been a source of inspiration to many women and youths who desire to earn a living through hard work.
An idle mind is a devil workshop. Once you wake up in the morning, make sure you have something doing. Don't say that this work is for man, this work is for woman. No work is divided, all work is work. So find something doing.
Her determination to be successful in life, she says, has been the driving force behind what she has achieved in the past 7 years, despite many challenges being posed by the opposite sex.
There is too much challenge on it because some men, they used to challenge me because they see that it's like I'm challenging them, what they are doing. They can't see another woman doing it. But God is in control. I just come up in the morning looking for something to eat, take care of myself.
Anything that you put your hands on that is fetching you money, you have to be serious on it.
And after paying a closer attention on how the job is being carried out, I had to have a feel of what Ifi and others go through daily to eke out a living.
Even if the job offers good, one requires additional energy and strength to remain here. Though I'm still young and fit, but not anywhere around here.
Why the 32-year-old Newi indigene still drives for someone and maintains a 50,000 naira weekly returns to the owner of the truck, Ifi is hopeful that with support and encouragement from public-spirited individuals, she will one day be a proud owner of her own truck.
She is a remarkable woman, and this goes to show that you can be whatever you want to be. Gender is no excuse. Next up, along the busy Kaduna-Zaria Federal Highway is Maraban-Jos Settlement, a unique geographic coinage for its location as a gateway to other parts of Nigeria. However, for many years, it became notorious for gridlock and indiscriminate parking of articulated vehicles. But I'm pleased to announce that the situation has changed. Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachikun reports on the new development.
Unique characteristics, Maraban-Jos is one of the most well-known stopover locations by truck drivers on the Kaduna-Zaria Federal Highway. There are in other destinations of Tapa, Kontagora, Lambata, Mokwa, and Konardangora. The one which shares similar name and characteristics is Marabanyanya in the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja, also notorious for traffic gridlock. But Maraban-Jos, about 10 kilometers from Kaduna, is in a world of its own.
Maraban-Jos means many things to many people. To drivers, especially drivers of articulated vehicles, it is a rest town to stop over, refresh, pray, and move on.
I sell food by the roadside. It's not easy to move, but I commend the initiative.
While indiscriminate parking made the town like one big uncontrollable garage, location of businesses very close to the road also did not help matters. It was as if there was no law and order. But the state and federal government are determined and united on having safer highways while ensuring smooth traffic flow and security. A new park has been completed and stakeholders have moved into the facility. Now, the road is free. Travelers and residents of this community are safer from avoidable road crashes.
It is a good development to our community. We thank the state and federal government for it.
If you look at the trailers that are parking along the roadside, it's a very risk to the society.
I'm happy on what the governor did, because you cannot push people away without giving them another side. But now we are happy that we have new trailer park.
People are risking their life because they are causing many accidents there. But the way they park them there is good and good idea.
In addition to the advantages of relocation to new park, ongoing reconstruction of the Kaduna Zaria highway by the federal government is progressing at the axis without hitches.
Thank you, Suleiman. We'll take some messages now. Stay with us.
Of the Trophy Live Trivia. But before I go, I just want to say this. Keep your energy up. Don't be so hard on yourself. You dey walk now, guy. You dey also go. You deserve a trophy with your fellow honorables. Anything you do that gives you the kick is worth recognition. Just look at yourself in the mirror and say, wow, now honorable I be you. And even when we are feeling so stressed up, we can ginger each other up and share some good bottles of Trophy Lager. Because anyhow we be, when honorables gather, we share, we dream, and we win together. My name is still Fowles, aka Fowles the bad guy. Honorable was Bayi.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
Let's talk fashion now. The endless quest for glamour is why the fashion industry is dynamic. New accessories are being designed and existing pieces are often upgraded. That is why the female headdress called the Fascinator has gained popularity. Utebe Achibong takes a look at the increasing demand for fascinators and how entrepreneurs in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital, are making good money from the patronage.
True to the old adage that says necessity is the mother of invention, the use of hats began as a way to protect the head and face from harsh weather conditions. However, with numerous developments, hats transformed to acceptable fashion items. While the women in time past dressed with visor, beret, and mostly baseball caps, today the fashion trend favors an ornate headpiece, popularly called the fascinators. These colorful pieces of art complement women and girls dressing for religious, traditional, and other social gatherings.
Not just to promote the day, it gives you that unique look. And fascinator is a thing that can be worn by all ages when it comes to women, like sparkles. It attracts, it tells people she's the one going or she's the one coming.
Hats, I think it was used back then in the days. But for now, young girls are going in for fascinators.
I like fashion. And I like using my hand and do something like this.
I love fascinators because it's trending and it's simple and unique.
That people don't really use hat again because it's big. They say that fascinators is very simple and unique. So most of the people use fascinators now.
As expected, creative entrepreneurs have taken advantage of the increasing demand for this new fashion trend. Of course, for them, wealth must be created when opportunity calls.
It's ranging 6,000-7,000 to 5,000.
I have more customers. The way you do your work and the way your work is nice and neat, that is the way you have more customers.
Every month we are training not less than 20 to 30 students. So encourage people to come train with us.
In the face of the current economic realities, it is expected that skills and talent be translated into money-making machines. Entrepreneurship is said to be the way to go in times like this.
Laters turn heads because they are fascinating. And that's Newsline tonight. Be sure to join us next week. Take this as you go. When it rains, look for the rainbow. When it's dark, look for the stars. Good night and God bless Nigeria.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.
You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook at NTA Network News, Instagram at NTA Network, Twitter at NTA News Now, YouTube at NTA News Online, or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop, or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can't beat the rich.